question. What I'm here to do is simply explain the question, an advisory question only. This is the City of Fernley Advisory Question. The City Council directed staff to put this forward. The question reads, would you support the City of Fernley moving forward to address unfunded or underfunded improvements, maintenance, or enhancements to parks, streets, and public safety due to an inadequate distribution of consolidated tax to the City of Fernley by pursuing legislation to authorize an increase in one or more taxes, if any such tax are dedicated exclusively to the City of Fernley. So what I'd like to explain to you, ladies and gentlemen, is the process, because there seems to be some confusion. Regardless of C-tax, we're moving forward. The issue came back, the Supreme Court says you have to put on a police department, and then you can come back and ask for C-tax. That is how it come down. We still have a problem with roads, parks, and public safety. The City Council said, what are our options? Staff brought that forward. One of the things we can do, which is what Washoe County is doing for their school, is you can go, by having the voters vote, you can ask for a question and ask for additional taxes. To do this process, because there's a big confusion in the state of Nevada. This state is a Dillon state. That means some old judge in the 1800s decided that no city, no county, no special district may do any taxing or do anything that is not specifically allowed in state law from the state legislation. Again, we can't add a tax or anything else. And when I ran for mayor, I remember some of the candidates said, we'll just add a tax. And I'm going, you can't do that. To get a tax, an additional tax, what you have to do is go to the legislature and ask permission. You have to first go to the voters and say, are you willing to pay some additional money for roads strictly? And when I say roads, the council made it quite clear. New roads or repair of existing roads. Repair parks or add additional things to the parks. The public safety issue was an issue I brought up as mayor and said, I don't know, we can swing a whole police department. Maybe we can, maybe we can't, I don't know. But maybe we can augment the police department we have. We have a 9-minute response time, and that's the best in the county. We could use some additional deputies. I know that from maybe we put some money away for the fire department, and maybe we buy them a new engine every 10 years or whatever. Those issues are still out there to be figured. This question is, are you willing to look at? That's all we're asking. And we have to have 51% of the vote to go to the legislatures, and our 2 legislators we've spoken to have agreed to carry this, and others. Then we would come back, and the way this works, this is cool. We would get a committee of 10 to 15 people together, citizens. They would have an open meeting, you're invited to it, and they would formulate and look at all the different tax structures. Washoe County put all of their stuff in sales tax. If sales tax go down, they won't generate their money. That's a really dangerous thing. A lot of school districts, all their funds are generated in property tax. As we know, property tax went down to the school district. So you've got to look at all the pots, and maybe you steal a little from here, here, and there. And that way, if one goes down, you still have some money to work with. Does that make sense? So we can't give you a direct answer because we don't know how much this committee is willing to work or how much they want to make improvements. And then after the committee does that, after the public hearings and everything, it goes to the council, and the council has to name it. Then the best part is it goes to the taxpayers. Everybody here has complained. I know, I look at you, I hear you all the time. The roads are crappy, the parks need to, you know, you've done a good job, but we really need, well, this is your chance. That committee will forward that suggestion to you, and we will move forward. You get to vote yea or nay. And the best part is, hypothetically, say you'd say yes. We get enough money that we can put 2 miles of new road every year. Then the council and the mayor and staff have to meet that requirement, because here's the best part. You get to re-vote on that tax every so often. In Washoe County, it's every 10 years. That committee can make it every 6 years or every 8 years. You would actually say, okay, here's the benchmark. You want extra money, fine, but we want this for roads. We want to see a new ball field. We want to see money spent in the parks. We want to see additional law enforcement or whatever that safety issue is. It'll take us a year to collect the money. It'll take probably another year to get a lot of it started. But after 3 or 4 years, if you're not seeing that, you can A, go to the meeting when we do the budget and B, you get to elect new council members every 4 years, and a mayor. And C, this is the best part, every 10 years, at the worst case scenario, you get to vote that tax down. You get to say, you know, you didn't make the benchmark, so we're not gonna renew this. This is not about the city adding a tax. It's about permission to go look for additional revenue sources. Our budget is about $6.5, $7 million, and you see what we're doing with what we've got with it. We have the lowest per capita employees per resident, and again, it's an advisory question only. It comes back to us. We appoint a selection of citizens. They meet, they discuss it in open meeting, they take it to the council can yay or nay it, and then it goes to the voters. And you get to yay or nay it. That's the important part that I want you to understand. I've read the explanations and the counter argument and everything, and even I get confused. The bottom line is we're simply asking permission to go to the legislature to let us do this, because city can't raise a tax without permission from the legislature. And you can't raise any taxes without permission from the taxpayers. Now, the legislature, that's a whole different horse. They can do whatever they want. They can raise taxes, lower taxes, or in the case of Las Vegas, they just told the room board, you're gonna add money and you're gonna buy a ball field. That's pretty much what just happened. That's why some of the legislators voted against it, because they said, shouldn't you have let the voters down there decide that? Right, wrong, or indifferent. But this is an issue that we need to take care of. Roads, we want to replace roads. We know we need to replace roads. Parks, we want to add additional ball fields. I got teams clamoring to have leagues come and play, but we just don't have enough fields. We need to work on those. We know that. We're coming out of recession. I know taxes is an ugly thing for everybody. That's why I like this, because it goes to you, the public. If you have permission, goes to the council, then you get to vote on it. And you set some benchmarks and hold them to those benchmarks. And then you get to re-vote on that issue again. So that's my time, and I thank you. And I didn't advocate for or against.